a STEM field is really very exciting. I was an introvert child. Nobody knew me. Not just all about your hard work and intelligence or the IQ. It's more about sheer determination. Don't follow the crowd. Find your passion, stay curious, and carve your own path no matter where you're from. Teens, believe in yourself. You would be shocked to know, but it was cold emailing. Your uniqueness is your superpower. Thank you to the team. My name is Shruti Priya, and I'm currently pursuing my Bachelor of Technology at National Institute of Technology, Jamshedpur. I'm pursuing engineering. Being in a STEM field is really very exciting because engineering has always been a male-dominated field in India and globally. So it's a field where I feel empowered when I'm able to represent the entire STEM women community, learn along together with the men, compete with the men, and basically it's lovely to see people like me researching and doing lots of things. I also recently got the acceptance letter from Harvard conference, which was held in February, but I couldn't make it because it was in USA, had some visa issues. And last summer, I did my research internship at DRDO, Smart Materials Lab, Hyderabad. And I was the only student from my university who got accepted into it. So yes, the journey has been really great till now, and I'm working hard.
First of all, congratulations for making it this far. It's so inspiring to see how you have combined technical skills with creativity. Many teens they struggle to find that balance, and your journey proves that it is possible.
I would say it's just not all about your hard work and intelligence or the IQ. It's more about sheer determination. If you're willing to do something, if you are determined that, yes, I want to do this, I want to achieve this, then I guess no force could stop you. And my parents have also been very supportive. And throughout my journey, I've got amazing teachers, amazing mentors to guide me. So, yes, it's not my own success, it's the hands of many people are there.
That's definitely true. They can guide you, but you have to do the working. See, many young people, teens, they find books boring due to the way they are presented in schools. What would you suggest to make reading and writing more engaging for teens since you have a lot of experience in that?
In schools, we are introduced to the books that are classics, basically Shakespeare or Pride and Prejudice, Sherlock Holmes. I would say for teens, if you want to start reading and writing, you can start reading those articles, those books that interest you, like the topics like women empowerment or patriotism, any topic, be it any topic, finance, stocks. Many students find interest towards AI these days, robots. So start reading, start from those topics which are you're comfortable, build up that habit. I would say start reading from what interests you, what you want to talk about, what you're confident. I really want to know more about it. Like basically the curiosity, the fire should be there.
That's a refreshing perspective. If actually schools also adopted some of these creative strategies, I'm sure students would fall in love with reading. It wouldn't be a boring task.
Definitely, ma'am. Like in my times when I was back in school, we were given summer projects to write a summary on a famous prose or poetry or a chapter of the famous classic. As I mentioned, Pride and Prejudice and many stuffs, other else was there. If the schools would have given, like, take a book of your choice, whichever writer you want to do, and then write a summary or make a project out of it. But yes, there are certain protocol and the educational curriculum of India is still changing according to the NEP, National Education Policy. So yes, things are changing, but we cannot blame the entire infrastructure of the school that they are not teaching this or they are not guiding it throughout. You can always find a way. You can always have a way to pursue things which you like. So yes, this can be done at home also.
See, managing academics alongside creative pursuits, it can be challenging because we have an overload of syllabus. Then
Definitely,
kids,
ma'am.
they are going to tuitions also, then they have tuition homework, then they have school homework. What strategies have helped you balance studies at NIT and with your passion for writing? You are into lots of things.
Yes, so for me, I would say till standard 10th, I was not involved in any kind of tuitions. So I had plenty of time back in 10th. I just went to school, came back. So yes, I had that 3 to 10 p.m. lot. Create a specific time slot according to your time schedule. It can be in half an hour, a specific time and a specific spot. It creates a kind of signal in your mind. Now it's my reading time. Instead of scrolling reels on Instagram or avoid your social media engagement and indulge into reading. I guess parents' involvement a bit should be there. There should be an environment at home. My parents are into education. My mother is a teacher and my father is a principal. We used to lunch together. Every meal was taken together at the dinner table and we used to discuss stuffs. It can be anything, it can be politics. So if parents' involvement or initiative is there at home, then it could be brilliant for the child's growth. My teachers were like, how are you so well informed about the current news? It was all because the discussions that happened on the dining table with my parents, where I shared my opinions.
Do you think debates and public speaking is important for teens and they should participate in it beyond the school and academics?
Definitely, ma'am, not just for the teens. Communication is a vital personal skill, and that should be there in everyone's life. And for teens, for the growing children, you should definitely be involved in debates and MUNs. If school is not providing such opportunities, there are various online open mic competitions being held. And after post-COVID culture, I have seen many writing groups on Telegrams, Discords, Instagram, whichever social media you follow. There have been reading clubs, reading book clubs, writing clubs, and several open mic competition keeps happening. So get involved into those stuff. For me, I was an introvert child, and many people don't believe this right now. When I speak on stages, I was a shy child till standard fifth. Nobody knew me, and my teachers used to complain to my parents that she doesn't speak at all. She's a very shy kid, she's very quiet. Then my parents started being attentive. So till then, they hadn't given much attention to me. From afterwards, 610, when I got opportunities to participate in elocutions, in debates, in inter schools, bit by bit, I learned from my mistakes and improvised on my communication skills. So nobody is perfect, nobody is born with that talent. You need to develop it over the time. And then you will be very proficient in talking about any topic or writing about the topic.
You have utilized Instagram and LinkedIn to find competitions and internships, as you just said. There are writing groups. How can teens effectively use social media to discover opportunities that align with their interests?
You have to organize your feed in such a way that you can join or follow certain groups and forums. Like the algorithm of Instagram and LinkedIn works in a way that whichever groups, organization, companies, or people you follow, they would suggest a similar post about that certain topic. Like, say, suppose if I follow technology and writing, I would be constantly getting posts or reels on writing or on certain competitions. And if you want to search anything, say suppose, you can always try this hashtag technique, like hashtag writing competitions. So all of these posts with the mentioned hashtag would get displayed.
As someone who has interned with prestigious organizations like DRDO and collaborated with Sony Research India, what advice would you give to teens aspiring to explore research or STEM fields? And how did you get into DRDO? Because it's a very selective thing.
You would be shocked to know, but it was cold emailing. Cold emailing is a technique where you do not know the person. You somehow find out the email ID, which can be taken out from the LinkedIn or from the DRDO. My step was going to the DRDO's website. I was very clear that once in my lifetime, I need to intern in ISRO and DRDO. So the DRDO, ISRO offers only to final year students. And last year I was in my second year. So I wanted to utilize those 2 months. I went to the DRDO website, searched the labs. There are around 50 labs in India for the young scientists. Then I got the director's email ID and I cold emailed. I introduced myself. I mentioned my technical skills. I added my resume and cover letter and how I really wanted to pursue science, be a researcher, be a scientist. I cold emailed. There were, because DRDO does not offer open portal opportunities. For other teens, if you have good relations with your professors or teachers, they have a very good network. Networking in today's era is such an
Gold.
important skill for anyone that can do amazing things. If you're doing something, post it on LinkedIn. It's not for the limelight or for show off stuffs. You are showing the world that yes, I know these things so that you can connect to the people around you with the same mindset so that you can grow. If you want to connect with people, you just need to take an initiative. If someone is very passionate about writing, my path would have been going to the Indian authors who are prominent, reading their books, highlighting it, preparing a review, and cold emailing to the writer that yes, I read your book, it was really amazing. These were the insights that I found, and I think that this portion could have been written in a bit better way. You can express your perspective or opinion, and then at the end, you could write it. Can we have a brief meeting on this, or can I do an internship under you? So, be it any field, you can always reach out to people because until and unless you network, you connect with people, how would people know that you are good at this thing, right? So, yes, you need to express yourself. It's not a show off thing. There is no harm in it. And if you are willing to grow, then you need to ignore those voices. You need to just have faith in yourself that, yes, I can do this and just take the initiative.
See, this is a golden advice, golden advice.
Hmm.
Because I work with teens. Many teens, they believe that opportunities will eventually come, or after school, they will go to college and miracles will happen there. But until and unless they network, even there are teens who do not even, like you said, there are introvert kids. Introvert kids, they don't talk much. And when they don't talk much, teachers don't know them. When teachers don't know them, they don't even get recommendation letters so that they can apply on their own.
Yes, I have actually faced this. I have been through this phase, and so I am emphasizing that until and unless you show it to yourself, even those opportunities will come openly. Certainly, teachers or mentors or wherever you are at university, opportunities would directly go to the person who is in limelight or who the teacher knows about. This has been done a lot in schools. Many inter-school competitions come. Obviously, why would the teacher give that opportunity to a kid he or she doesn't know? Until and unless the kid shows interest that, yes, ma'am, I'm very good at writing. See this, what I have written. Until and unless you express yourself, come out of that bubble because after you leave school, life is all the more challenging. To all the teens who are watching this, my only message to them is after school, you don't have your teachers, you don't have your parents to cry about the stuffs. You are all your own, you are all alone, and you need to fight for those opportunities. You need to create opportunities for yourself because there is a lot of competition in every field, humanities, science, commerce, and you need to be different and you need to set yourself apart from the crowd.
Definite golden words. You have built a stealth setup.
Yes, ma'am, it's a startup. Last year, I was involved with a group of my friends where we thought of creating an online dashboard, making everything digitalized. Say, suppose you are visiting a dentist. He or she doesn't have a proper online dashboard, a proper website where the doctor is tracking the number of patients that visited today or tracking the finances. They don't have it still in India, in tier 3 cities or even in tier 1 cities. I have been to few places when I did market research. I did not find a digitalized system in India. We still visit doctors offline or we take the receptionist number and then we call and book our appointment. So if everything is digitalized, everything is tracked, it would be easier for the doctor and for the patients. It would be a revenue sharing model, which our country needs to smoothen the process.
What advice do you have for teens who want to create a meaningful or impactful project in their communities, but due to some reasons feel that it's much beyond their reach?
The first step should be to discover a topic or a problem you want to build upon. For example, I chose the healthcare section for my startup. So if you want to start up your NGO or create a reading club or healthcare, specify a topic or a problem. The second step would be research, find out people who are already doing this. It would help you to connect, give you an idea of your competitors, and find out
What
makes you different. Be with the people who are of your same mindset. You have friends. If you are in school, talk to people about it. Getting a mentor, taking advices or suggestions from people who have already worked in these domains, be it your teachers. And then lastly, social media these days is acting wonder. See, use social media efficiently. Suppose if I want to start up my reading club, I would go on LinkedIn. I would search for the people who are already the founders of those reading clubs. Maybe you can collaborate with those people, or maybe you can be a part of their reading club. Nothing is impossible to achieve. You just need to have the idea and you just need to start, and rest everything is online. For people who give excuses that I live in tier 3 city, there are nothing in my area, or there are no people, go on Discord, go on Telegram, connect with international students. So use that efficiently. You'll get various competitions. You just Google it, that writing competitions in India. It will give you plenty of websites.
need to be motivated to look for it? Because
Hmm.
of social media, things are at your fingertips. You have won many accolades for your poetry and creative work, even being a STEM person. But you have also faced some setbacks along the way. So, how do you stay motivated during these tough times, and what message would you give to teens who are facing self doubt?
As the famous saying goes, nobody knew me like this. My father used to say, either you win or you learn. So there's no harm in losing. When I started going to inter schools for my elocution competitions, I lost too. And I have learned from my setbacks. Okay, the hand gesture should be this. You need to cover the stage while walking. You need to have eye contact with the audience. So there are certain little things that matters, that sets you apart from other people who are competing with you. I used to practice a lot looking myself in the mirror.
Efficient.
This is the secret. You need to practice. You need to see yourself. How are your face gestures? How are your hand gestures? So I used to do this. I used to practice a lot in front of the mirror. But you need to attend after 50 plus competitions. You have that confidence. And after you start winning those competitions, you have that confidence that, okay, yes, I can do this.
Do you think teens nowadays, even if they are not into technology, they should still understand AI?
Yes, ma'am, definitely. AI is something that would increase by 70% by 2050. I would say that yes, coding is something that everyone should follow. There are various interdisciplinary courses. So in whichever field you are, you can always learn data analytics, you can always learn coding, you can always learn machine learning. It will always enhance your knowledge. So yes, so anyone and everyone can use AI now.
Nice. Now, Shruti, we have a rapid fire round. I will ask a question and answer with the first thing that comes to your mind. Don't overthink.
Okay, ma'am.
One word that describes you the best.
Hardworking.
Totally agree. Best advice that you have ever received.
Mm, Never give up on yourself.
Truly aligns with your personality. Your biggest strength.
So yes, determination, consistency.
One skill that every teen should master.
Writing. Writing is something everyone should have.
If you knew you couldn't fail, what would you do?
I would have changed the status of the developing country of India to a developed country.
That's
I would
really
make projects incessantly, and that developing tag would have been removed, and we would have been in the same bar with USA and China. So, yes,
if you had all the money in the world, what would you do?
I would have made schools, I would have made hospitals, because still we have very limited seats. I really faced a lot this during this. Why do we have so much of competition? Like 15 lakhs people participate in JEE mains and then they get to be engineers. Out of those 15 lakhs, 1 lakh qualify. Out of those 1 lakh, only 1% is able to go to IITs. So if we have better institutions, if we have more IITs, if we have more medical institutions in the country, everyone could pursue what they want. That would be making institutions.
You're a promising hero.
Thank you, ma'am.
Shruti, this has been such an insightful conversation. So, before we wrap up, do you have any final message or piece of advice for teens who are struggling to balance passion, academics, or thinking when or how I can do?
Talking about my journey and the setbacks that I faced, what I would say to the teenagers is don't be influenced by the people or by the fellow mates that are around you. Have your own individuality. If your group is doing a certain thing, don't be involved in doing the certain thing if it does not interest you or aligns with your interest. This happens a lot in teenagers. This
Yes.
happened with me also. Yes, if my group is, it's a very basic example. If my group is liking maths and just to get involved in that group, I forcibly pretend that I also like maths or I also want to solve maths. This and I like reading and writing. So, yes, don't do this. Have your own individuality during your school days. This would help you a lot in your future endeavors. Because, as I said, after you leave the school, the comfort bubble would break up suddenly, and you will all be alone in a strange city with strangers, with professors who are not much concerned to each and every student. For in schools, we have that attention. If a student is not studying, the teacher is concerned. If a student is topper, the teacher is impressed. In outside world, it does not happen this way. You need to have your individuality. You need to express yourself to let the people know about you. So, yes, build this personality of yours. It should be inspired by people. Definitely, you should have role models. Be inspired by people, but don't follow their entire pathway or roadway. Okay? If someone, as of now, I always wanted to be an engineer. Many people still say, oh, you're doing engineering. That's really a very common and boring degree. We have plenty of engineers in India, but still I want to do engineering because I love it. So, yes, you need to have your own space of mindset. You need to have your own opinions that are inspired but not influenced. And lastly, my advice would be do not give up on yourself. Be it anything, you'll always find people who are better than you. So never be that overconfident after you achieve winnings in your journey, or never underestimate yourself if you are getting failures. So I definitely hope that the teenagers watching it are able to relate with all of these, and your platform is doing an amazing thing for us teenagers, for giving us a platform to speak on.
Thank you so much.
Bye, ma'am. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you, Shruti.
To our listeners, if today's episode lit a fire in you, go make that impact. Start small, but start now. Follow us on Spotify, Instagram, and YouTube for more inspiring teen journeys. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Until next time, stay bold, stay vocal, and stay dreaming.